Hello and welcome to this deep yoga stretch. Originally today I had planned to do a vinyasa flow, but as I've had a cold this week, I didn't think that doing something so high energy was a good idea. So today we're doing a deep yoga stretch that's a practice that I do regularly myself. I will be offering some more advanced options, so please just take what works for you. And don't forget, before we get going, I would love if you would subscribe to the channel as new practices come out every week. So when you're ready, let's start in seated butterfly. Soles of the feet together, knees open wide, sitting up nice and high on the sit bones. Link the fingers, press them through. Sitting up nice and tall, arms come wide. Let's take 3 more of those. We scoot back, press forward, sit up nice and tall, open wide. And again, exhale to scoop, inhale to come forward. Exhale, inhale. Again, scooping through, really mobilizing the spine as well as stretching through the hips. And up nice and tall, scooping back. Now we go the other way. Reach in the arms, slight back bend, lifting the gaze to the ceiling, coming forward. Rounding through the back, lifting tall, coming forward. Really feeling that through the hip space, through the spine, through the shoulders, and forward. 1 more. Lifting tall, opening through the rib cage, and coming forward, and coming up. Now let's roll down. We're going to take some hip bridges. So bring the heels close to butt, feet hip width apart. You can pretty much touch your heels with your fingertips. Now hands resting lightly on the mat. Let's inhale to start. And exhale, rolling up through the spine. 1 long line, knees to your shoulders. And coming down. So here, when we reach the top of the hip bridge, I want you to think of drawing your heels along the mat towards your shoulders so you really engage through the backs of the legs. And down. Let's just take 2 more. Inhale, exhale, rolling up vertebra by vertebra. And down. Last one. All the way up, nice and slowly, working through the backs of the legs. And coming down. Now just bring the feet a little bit further away from you. We'll just take a few roll-ups to engage through the core. Inhale to start, exhale. Let's tuck the chin in towards the chest. Scoop through the belly, roll up through the spine, sitting up nice and tall, nice and high on the sit bones. Inhale at the top. Exhale, rolling back down, nice and slow. Let's take 3 more. Inhale and exhale, finding the breathing pattern that works for you. And again, arms come up, tuck the chin in. And down. Last one. Feeling the core and the back of the body getting warmer. And down. All right, now let's come into some hip circles. So drawing the knee up towards the chest, let's just circle one way. Deep circles, feeling right through the hip joint. Really bringing it across the body, through and open. 1 more that way. And let's go the other way. Coming across and around. Really mobilizing the body, warming up so we can come into some deeper stretches. And just hugging the knee in on the last one. Lower it down. Let's take the other side. Knee comes in, circling around. Keep breathing, nice steady breaths. And back the other way. Keeping the hips nice and steady, just isolating through the hip joint. Hugging the knee in, lowering it down gently. Let's draw the other knee up. We'll take some twists. So, toe to the back knee, twisting the leg to the back of the room, either arms out at a T shape and turning the head, or just bring the hand towards the knee if you want to create a bit more leverage. Let's take some deep breaths here. And then we'll take a couple of options. So the first option is hand takes the foot, other hand takes the bottom ankle, and you come into a hamstring stretch with the twist as well as a quad stretch with the bottom leg. And you really want to keep the hips level here rather than having this one lifted. Drawing that top hip down. And again, deep, steady breaths. You can stay right there. Or the other option we'll show today is crossing the bottom leg over and then drawing the knees down. And you might feel this one a little more through the lower back, a little into the sacrum and through the top hip. Let's just take one more breath, whatever position you're in, breathing in, breathing out. Just releasing that, and let's take the other side. So top foot over, top knee comes down towards the mat, either taking the top knee, opening the arm out, or arms come to a T shape, turning the head to the back of the room. If it feels better to keep your eye gaze to the ceiling, that's fine too. Stay right there or take an option. So taking the foot, taking the back ankle, coming into the hamstring stretch with twist and quad stretch. Remember to drop that top hip to intensify the stretch. You can stay right there, or the other option, crossing the bottom leg over, drawing the knees down, feeling that stretch a little more through the lower body. And then just releasing that, let's roll over and we'll take a bit of an upward dog position. So just gently waving the body through. So hands are outside of the mat, just pressing up, lifting through the chest, waving down. 3 more just like that. Pressing high, waving down. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Let's just pull back to child's pose just briefly. So pulling back. And now we're going to come to standing. So a couple of stretches I like to do standing. I usually use my kitchen bench, but I'm not in my kitchen today. So we'll start with a hamstring stretch. So either bringing your foot up onto a chair, a stool, or the kitchen bench. Stretching forward, maybe bend the bottom knee if that's better for a bit of stability. Keeping the hips nice and square, bringing the chest down towards the thigh. Keeping the back nice and long here. And then stretching forward into a hip flexor stretch. So foot either comes on top of the kitchen bench or the stool and just press forward through the hip. Again, hips stay nice and square. All right, let's take that again. Stretching back. And coming forward. Then from here, I like to just test the balance a little, draw the knee in towards the chest, and why not, let's take some ankle circles. Just set your gaze on a fixed point in front of you to help you balance, standing up nice and tall, just circling the ankle around. All right, now hop yourself in so you can either hold onto the wall or your kitchen bench for support. I like to turn my foot out a little bit here, so this is a little bit more of a dancer move. I open through the hip, I come to an attitude position behind me, and let's take 4 bends of the knee. If this variation doesn't work for you, just release the leg and focus on bending the lower leg. Beautiful. Now let's extend into arabesque. Lower the foot and just 4 lifts of the back leg. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's come to the other side. Foot comes up. You can hear that dog barking. Hips nice and square. Stretching forward. Deep breaths here. And pulling forward, hip flexor stretch. Stretching through the front of that hip there, pulling back once again. Bend this knee if you need. We want to focus the stretch here in the belly of the muscle. And hip flexor once again. And then let's test the balance. Hug the knee in towards the chest. Set your eyes on a fixed point and just take those ankle circles. Bend this knee if that helps. Always finding options. Once again, let's hop in, taking the wall or kitchen bench for stability. Circling the leg open wide, coming to your dancer's attitude position. And we bend into the supporting leg. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend into arabesque. All right, 4 lifts. 4, 3, 2, just keeping it nice and easy. 1. All right, last exercise standing. Just a bit of a wave again through the spine, opening through the shoulders and through the chest. So bringing the chest forward, arching through, rolling up, maybe coming up to your toes, and again, pressing down and waving through. 2 more times that way. Keep breathing. Last one. Remember, vertebra by vertebra, keeping our spines nice and healthy. Other way. Curving through, opening through the shoulders, bringing the heart through, and coming up again. Curving through, heart comes through, lifting high. 2 more. Stay with me. All the way up. Last one. Keep breathing. Relaxing through the neck, through the shoulders. Pressing high. Let's release. All right, coming back down to the mat. I will turn away from you for this one. We're working through our adductor muscles, so our inner thighs. Rolling down, legs come wide. We'll take 5 of these each side, stretching the leg wide, flex and point the foot, drawing it in, other side. Flex and point. This is 4. This is 3. Really working through the glutes here as well, externally rotating the legs. 2. Strength and stretching at the same time. Last side. All right, let's take double leg. So we'll beat the leg 4 times. 4, 3, 2, 1. They come wide. Again, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take 8 of these. 6 more. Wide. That's halfway. 4, 3, 2, 1, and wide. 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got 2 more. Stay with me. Stay strong. And wide. Draw the knees in for a moment. Let's roll over. All right, we'll just take a quick side bend. Hand comes down, knee comes down. We stretch the arm long. Inhale and exhale. Reaching from the fingertips all the way to the back foot. From here, just to test the balance, either taking around the back of the knee or peace fingers to the big toe or somewhere along the lower leg. Stretching the leg high, eye gaze to the mat to help you balance. Now, drawing the core in, we'll release the leg and point the foot. Ready? Accept the challenge and go. And release. Beautiful. Let's take the other side. Pressing the hand into the mat, pressing the knee down, reaching the arm nice and high. And then let's take the balance. Finding your hand position, stretching the leg up, eye gaze to the mat. We want the hips and shoulders stacked one on top of each other here. Then when you're ready, drawing the core in, release the foot, point the toe, and bring it down. Beautiful. Okay, coming into some hip flexor stretches. So bringing the leg forward, knee no further forward than the ankle for good alignment. Hips are nice and square here. Breadth across the collarbones. And then if you're ready and it's for you, let's take the quad stretch. So I like to take a double-handed quad stretch. I find that gives me the best stretch, but if one hand is better for you, please take that. Stretching through the front thigh here. Beautiful. Release that gently. Let's heel toe the back foot out. Maybe come up on the knife edge of the foot so the knee is still in good alignment with the ankle. Either hands here or you can bring the forearms down. The last option here is to stretch the arm high, thread it through and bring in a twist at the same time as we're stretching through the hip. Bringing in the shoulder and the side of the head to the mat. It's a little bit of an awkward one, but it does the job. Wherever you are, let's take one more full breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Coming back the way you came. Heel toe the foot in. Let's stretch back into Ardha Hanumanasana. So hand each side of the foot, stretching back. This is your half split. Hips nice and square. Chest coming towards the thigh. Either stay here or we come into full split. Sliding down, coming to wherever works for you. We want the hips to stay nice and square, sitting up nice and tall. Bend this back knee is another option. And from here, if it's for you, stretching forward. Next option is to take the back foot to bring in the quad stretch. And the last option is the two-handed quad stretch. So you reach both hands around, bring the chest down, bring the shoulder down. And again, another one that's a little bit awkward, but definitely does the job. One more full breath, breathing in, breathing out, releasing nice and gently. And last option here is just for a little back bend, where you bring the back knee up, take the foot, square the hips, arch through the upper back. Release the toes, hard to talk in that position, and let's gently come out of it, coming around to the other side. So, foot comes through, hips, pelvis stays in neutral alignment, nice and broad across the chest, and bringing the quad stretch. So either one hand or two hands. And here, I want you to think of hugging the inner thighs towards the midline of the body. So you're still working through these inner thighs. Feeling that beautiful stretch through the front of the thigh. We release that, hands come down, heel toe the foot out wide, come up onto the knife edge of the outside foot, and either just hands come down, bringing the forearms down for that beautiful stretch through the front of the hip, or if it's for you, lifting the arm, threading it through, and bringing the side of the shoulder, the side of the head down towards the mat. See if you can really release into the stretch here, whatever option you're taking. Stretch the arm nice and high, coming back whichever way you came into it. Now let's bring the foot back in, come to Ardha Hanumanasana, hands each side of the foot, stretching the hips back, chest calming down towards the thigh, keeping the knee bent as much as you need. Breathing here. Sometimes we can hold our breath in our stretches if we're forcing too much, so you really want to take deep, easy breaths. And then let's come into our splits, if that's for you. So hips stay nice and square, sitting up nice and tall, and once again, bend this knee if that's better for you. From here, we can fold forward over the front thigh, and then take our options. So circling the arm around, drawing the heel in towards the butt, finding the quad stretch here. Or taking the two hands to the ankle, bringing the chest down, bringing the shoulder to the mat for the most intense option. I think this will be one for my dancer friends. Releasing that nice and gently, pushing yourself back up, and then squaring the hips again. If it's for you, taking the back bend, taking the foot, squaring the hips, arching through the upper back, toe comes to head. And release. All right, let's draw the legs in, maybe give them a gentle shake. It can be quite intense doing those hamstring stretches. All right, now let's take the feet wide. So as I say, always keep the knees bent if that's best for you. Come to a wide V, or press yourself through a little more if you've got the range. Coming more into a full split. From here, we're just going to take some knee bends. So bending the right knee, pressing it down, really stretching and strengthening through the back of the leg, pointing the foot. Let's take the other side. We'll take 4 more each side. That's 4. That's 3. Really articulating all the way through the foot. 2 more. Keep sitting up nice and tall. Last one. Stay with me. We're nearly there. Okay, once again, finding your comfortable seated position, bringing the hands forward. That's coming to our wide leg forward fold. So bringing the chest down, you can come down as far as it works for you, but I want you to focus on keeping the thighs and the knees and the feet all pointed towards the ceiling as opposed to rolling forward. It's just better for the joints. We don't want to put any impact into our knee joints particularly. Hold here. Bringing the gaze inward, feeling the sensations within the body. And then come up to seated. We'll take a side bend. So hand either next to the calf, or I like to bring it closer to my center. Let's inhale, reach. Exhale, folding over, reaching to the side wall. Finding that beautiful stretch. And coming high, other side. Find your hand position. Inhale and exhale. And aim to keep both sit bones pressing into the mat here rather than lifting off. And up. Now we'll turn the chest towards the thigh. So hand on the outside of the leg. Just maybe take a slight back bend here, arching through the back and folding forward, chest towards the thigh. Deep breaths. Keep the neck and shoulders relaxed. Focus the effort into the stretch. And coming up, let's take the other side. Hand outside the leg, just a gentle arch back. Folding over, chest towards the thigh, reaching long. And pressing up. Beautiful. Now let's just gently draw the legs in. Maybe use the hands to help them after that. And just drop the knees in towards each other, just for a counter posture. Just dropping the knees in. You can just maybe take them one at a time. Just loosening up whatever feels good. And then let's just finish in cross-legged position. So sitting cross-legged, up high on the sit bones, hands resting lightly on the knees, breadth across the chest, pressing up through the crown of the head. I hope you're feeling lengthened and stretched after that deep yoga stretch. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, everyone. Namaste. And if you'd like more classes like these, like this video and share it with your friends, leave me a comment and subscribe to the Yoga with Sophie channel.